I was sitting in class, trying to pay attention to the teacher, while my eyes were closing. I get flashbacks to the night previous to that experience. I remember how I I was awake till 1 a.m. to just scroll on TikTok. And I hate my younger self for doing that. I hate me from the past for the fact that it sacrificed sleep to scroll on social media for a few hours for absolutely no reason. So I was in class looking at the teacher, looking at the math teacher, which is a really important class, and I feel my eyes closing. And I feel like they're made out of a really hard material. And they're like just closing. I fight for them to be awake, to be open, sorry, to just pay attention to the teacher. But I can't because I was sleeping for 4 hours a night in that period, 5 hours a night maximum. And I feel my head going down slowly, and I fall asleep in class, in math class, which is a really important class, bro. That was my daily routine. As when I was in class, I was always falling asleep. I was trying to pay attention to the teacher, to the important lecture, but my head was slowly going down, and my eyelids were slowly closing. Because the previous night, I was asleep at like 2 a.m. I was falling asleep at 2 a.m. because I was having other priorities. I wanted to scroll on Reddit to look at memes. I wanted to be on TikTok to scroll on the For You page for literally no reason. I wanted to be on Instagram to look at the posts, the stories, even though I literally looked at all of them. I was on Snapchat talking to girls. Yeah, there was this one girl that was awake at the same time as me. She was also sleep deprived for no reason. And I would get to school with my 5 hours of sleep, looking like a zombie, feeling dumb, and not understanding what was happening. It took me a while to realize that I wasn't dumb, I was just sleep deprived. I wasn't that dumb as I thought I was. And it wasn't until I literally read the book Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker when I realized how important sleep is, especially for your brain. Not only for your body, but for your brain as well. And I tried perfecting my sleep. I tried perfecting my sleep because I saw how important it was. And immediately, I became more confident, more productive, more social, felt happier, more present, felt more relaxed, more healthy, just because I improved my sleep. And the best of them all, I regained my mental capacity. I was able to sit down and read. I was able to look at a friend and have a normal conversation with him without falling asleep. I was able to pay attention in class. I was able to do well on my tests because my mind was sharp. I was getting good amount of sleep and I wasn't procrastinating. It was easy not to procrastinate. Before this, I was struggling with almost everything. I said socializing at school, at home, doing homework, trying to go to the gym, making muscle. I thought I was retarded, but I improved my sleep. It took over a year, over a year and a bad relationship. And after doing a lot of things, I was able to not perfect. It's not perfect yet, but I was able to make it better. And now it's 5 a.m. I was awake for 1.5 hours, and I've been working since then. And I feel the happiest ever. I feel the most energized. Before this, before prioritizing my sleep, I was going to bed at 3.5 a.m. And now look at me, waking up naturally at 3.5 a.m. I'm not saying this to boast or anything. I'm saying this to show you how far I've came. In 4 months, 4 months of just autistically prioritizing sleep. Maybe you think that you're dumb. Maybe you think that you can't do the work because you have a problem. You can't pay attention because you have a problem. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe sleep is the reason for all of the problems. They used to be like, I used to have the same problems, and they all got away as soon as I started prioritizing my sleep. How many hours a night are you sleeping? If it's under 8 hours of being in bed, if it's under 8 hours of being in bed, then no wonder why you're dumb. No wonder why you can't concentrate, why you can't focus, why you can't do work, why your attention span is so low. You can't do normal things. And you go back to scrolling on TikTok because that's the easiest thing to do. Work isn't easy anymore. And you go back to doing the easiest thing, which is scrolling. I understand how hard it is. Trust me, I've been there. I told you I've been there. But just look at sleep. Don't take my word for it. When I was at your stage, I didn't trust anybody. I didn't listen to anybody that was telling me sleep is important. Because I had a lot of people that were telling me, prioritize sleep more, do all these things. And my mind was coping and saying, no, 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 sleep is fine for you. Don't worry. You can still scroll on social media, bro. Don't worry. Just try it for yourself. Try it yourself, even. Take a week off and just sleep for as much as possible. And before bed, don't be on social media. For 2 hours before bed, don't be on social media, on your laptop, on any device. Just relax, wind off, read, do anything else that doesn't involve a screen. Maybe a Kindle is like allowed, but just nothing. Try nothing. And you will see, bro, after a week, how good you will feel. How much more better life will be. It's not something huge, like, bro, it's just sleep. You might cope and say, yeah, but who cares, bro? Sleep is just like this thing that everybody does and nobody thinks it's important, so why should I? Trust me, I used to be the same. Literally exactly like this. I always thought it was so cool to go to sleep really late. All of my classmates were boasting, like, oh, yesterday I went to sleep at 2 a.m. to play Fortnite, bro. And everyone was hyping them up. Yo, bro, you stayed up till 2 a.m.? My parents don't let me. Bro, you're so cool. My parents didn't let me stay awake till that time. They made me sleep with my door open for 4 years while I was from fifth grade to eighth grade. Even in ninth grade, bro, they made me sleep with my door opened to make sure that I wasn't awake on my laptop playing video games, which was a really good thing to do. The plan, the idea was perfect. The execution, not so much. Because I was in my bed. And the first few nights, yeah, I was falling asleep at the time they wanted me to fall asleep. But I realized something interesting. I found a dead angle where they couldn't see that I was awake. They couldn't see that I was awake on my phone, lying on my side. So yeah, I was going to bed at like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. But I wasn't falling asleep at that time. I was lying on my side with the lowest brightness possible for them not to see the reflection on my wall, the light on my wall. Just scrolling on TikTok. Even as I'm saying these words, as I have this movie in my head, I still feel my eyes tired as they were back then. I was so depressed at that time. I was going to sleep at like 1, 2 a.m. For what reason? Of course, a period of my life I was talking with a girl at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't really know why, but it didn't work out. And I was scrolling on Reddit, bro. I've gotten flashbacks from the time I was talking with the girl. We were talking on Snapchat, and for a while I was literally waiting for a message from her at like 1 a.m. Every single day, I was going to sleep later and later just in case she messaged me. And I would see the snap, and when I would see the Snapchat notification icon, and I would see that she was typing, my heart would jump. And we would talk for a few minutes. I was jealous of her because she was allowed to, with her door closed, and she was like watching movies or something. And I was jealous of her because of that. And I remember she was asking me, "What are you doing?" And bro, one time I literally told her, "I'm looking at memes on Reddit." And she was so dry about it. She told me like, "Oh, cool." And bro, I literally sent her like memes. I would be on Reddit, I would download the image with the meme and I would send it to her, bro, and she would fucking respond so dry. Like two dots and like two like the smiley face. What the fuck, bro? I was sacrificing my sleep just for that. Literally, just for that. No wonder why I was single, bro. So yeah, I know, side tangent. But maybe you're just dumb because you're sleep deprived. Only after you sleep, you have good sleep, only then you will know that you missed out all of your life. Most people are literally sleeping 5 hours a night and they feel really awesome, but they feel awesome because they don't know how good they would feel with like 9 hours of sleep a night. Just do this little experiment. Pick an hour that you will go to sleep at every single night and sleep for like 9 hours, and The most important part: don't use devices 2 hours before going to bed. You will thank me. You will literally transform your life. Trust me. And then you will never go back to sleeping 4 hours a night if you do this. Trust me, bro. I hope you take my word for it, and I hope you do this. I will leave it there, bro. You will see like how smart you will become after this. You will become after this. See you later, bro. Mwah.